28 seats. I don't think I needed to use it here. Well, first of all, thank you for all being here. You know, this all started out, actually it was a couple of years ago. Carmen Gonzalez was one of my kids from 1985, passed away. And some of the kids from that year were looking for me. Sandra was looking for me because I was very close to Carmen and her family. She had moved to New Mexico. And they told me what had happened, and they said, you know, Blue, you got to get on MySpace. I go, MySpace? I said, no, Blue, people want to know where you are. I said, okay. So next thing I know, half of California is on MySpace with me. But not even that, then all the kids I taught in New Jersey, they were all on there. So I had constant mail. Then, okay, that went through, and, you know, some people reunited. I saw Carmen Gomez a lot, and Gonzalo, and then people I would be talking to. Then all of a sudden they go, no, it's now changed. Now you have to be on Facebook. You got to get a Facebook account. And I said, okay, I'll get a Facebook account. So I don't know how many people I'm up to. I know 10 years ahead of me. He has over 1,000. I don't have that many. Anyway, you know, but it was really great because at this point we could start reconnecting again. And once this all started, ladies and gentlemen, once this all started, actually Sandra and Carla Canales said, let's have a reunion. Carla calls me around Thanksgiving one night and she said, hey Blue, let's have a reunion. I said, oh yeah, this is going to happen just like that. I said, we have to plan this. So we started planning, we got the committee together, a lot of people together. And we realized that it wasn't going to be just like a couple of people, it was going to be like hundreds of people. Then they said, okay, we need you to find these teachers. And they would give me a list of people. I'd be looking, I'd call Dr. Hahn, I'd be asking somebody, hey, do you know where this person is now? We found as many people as we could because kids wanted to see the teachers to say thank you.
Yeah.
Amen.
And I think that was really an important thing. They wanted to see people who worked at the school, not just the teachers and the administrators, but the secretaries, the people who had befriended them and gave them the structure and the love that they needed to get through. So this thing kept blossoming and blossoming. I did a thing over at Sun Valley a couple years ago. I had gone back as a counseling consultant. And one of the things I wanted to do was to show the new kids, especially the kids that were making some bad choices. I wanted them to see that kids from their neighborhood, from their hood, were going to grow up and be respectable, responsible human beings, citizens. And at that time, Dr. Clem came, my brother Stan, Leandro came, then Cindy Lamelli was there, Carmen Gonzalo was there, Leslie Alvarado, all kids that had been there. And they talked to the kids that were currently at the school. And we had a little go-around, and it was really interesting because you got to see that this is possible to succeed. And the whole thing is, we plant seeds. We as teachers plant seeds. We don't know if you're listening. We don't even know if you really are hearing us. But we're hoping somewhere along the line that the words we say are still back there. They might be back there for a long time, but then they come out and you realize that what we were trying to do was not to nag you. As one of the guys told me, I nagged him to be on time all the time. He nagged me because he says his business is doing really well because he's always punctual. And the thing was, we just wanted you to have that structure. So many of your parents were working 2 jobs. So many of your parents were killing themselves and didn't know about college. They didn't know about going to trade school. They didn't know about going to theater. They didn't know. And that was our job. That was what we wanted you. We wanted you to know about going to see the rest of the world. And so that's why we kept nagging you. That's why we were tough. You know, kids that were in the music classes with Kenyon or with me, or in dance with Debbie Regalado, or we had a lot of structure. There were rules, you know, and we had kids that succeeded. And some of you say it was the best time. It was the best time because you felt successful. It was the first time you felt that what you were doing was worth something. And that's what we wanted to teach you. We didn't think you were all going to be singers or musicians or dancers or, people out there in the fields. We just thought you were going to be good people, and we wanted to teach that. So not only would you be good people, you could teach your own kids to be good people and the importance of doing the right thing. And so, this is what today is about. Today is about us saying, thank you for growing up and being great. Thank you for listening. And now, it's up to you now to take what we've taught you and to pass it on. Whether it be your brothers and sisters, whether it be your kids, your neighbors' kids, because there are people out there that are struggling. The kids in Sun Valley are still struggling. They're still struggling. And you know how hard that hood is. You know how hard it is to be from there. You know how hard. And you know how hard you had to work to get to where you are today. And that's what you have to remember. So, I have a lot of things I want to say. I mean, I could go on forever. And I I want to say a few things. People don't get to be successful, and I always felt I was very much successful in Sun Valley. But without people's help, I had great mentors. I had Dr. Jeannie Hahn as a mentor. I had Linda Bailey as a mentor. I had Diane Klewitz as a mentor. These were my mentors. They taught me. They taught me. Then on the other hand, I had kids that were mentors. I had Carmen Gonzalez, Carmen Gomez. I had Suki. I had all these different kids who taught me what it was like to be Latina in the first year I was there, because I felt like I was in Mexico. Of course, they taught me really dirty words. I don't know if any of you will remember this. I told the story a lot of times. My very first class, very first class, I taught English in room 123, the second semester, February 2nd semester, 84. And I think all of the 13 guys in my class had just gotten out of juvenile hall. And then, Latino boys at 15 look like they're around 40 anyhow. And these guys walk in, and Adolfo, that's probably your brother was in that class. They all walk in, they're all sitting there, and Rafael Cervantes. I can remember, I can see these guys, they're sitting there like this with me. So I figured, okay, I'll sit right there. We're going to get in a circle, and I looking at me I said, we're going to tell about each other. And I said, my name's Gail Bluestone. I'm from Jersey, and I'm part of the Italian Mafia. Rafael Cervantes told me about 2 months later, he took me outside and said, you scared the shit out of me. That's how I got through my first year at Sun Valley. But it was okay. And then Diane Klewitz decided I should be the class sponsor, whatever that meant. And so I was the 9th grade sponsor, and that's when we started these lip syncs in 1985. I had to figure out how to make money, and I wasn't sending you out to sell candy. The candy and the money would never return. So we came up with this lip sync idea, and thanks to Dwayne and to Nick and to Gonzalo and to Barnsworth and all these people. My first year they did. Danielle's here and Michelle's here. They did their medal. I mean, I can remember all this stuff vividly. We started making money. They're still doing lip syncs. Okay, so those were my early mentors, and then I became partners with John Kenyon. He just got out of college. I remember Dr. Hahn brought me in. She says, "What do you think?" I said, "You came here in a 3-piece suit." I said, "You sure this is going to work here?" I said, "I'll have to tell him to take off his vest, So John and I have not only become partners, but we've become